In the dimly lit corridors of the Beyond Operations Center, a hushed anticipation lingered in the air as the culmination of forbidden experiments unfolded. Among the creations birthed in this clandestine laboratory, the most dangerous one was held behind a unique door called Door Z. No one ever dared to enter it, and fear was the only emotion that lingered in the air, near Door Z corridor. Whatever lurked inside was a secret for a long time. No one except for the top players of Beyond Operation knew of this creature. However, fate had other plans. In this video, let's get into who or what was Beyond Door Z and what led to this of the supernatural. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. The fusion of the lizard and Morbius in the enigmatic tale of Creature Z origin. Within the confines of this laboratory, a siren sound blared through the walls. The two Spider-Mans, Ben and Peter, entered and saw the crazy experiments that the Beyond Operation was up to. Many evil mutants and hybrids attacked the two of them, so much so that they were overwhelmed by its sheer force. Some of these creatures started fighting amongst themselves, while many attacked the two Spider-Man. As we know, Ben had a history with the Beyond Operation among these two. His memories were filled with causing serious breakdowns in between. At one point, Peter almost died, but Ben came back to his senses from his trance and saved Peter. This siren, however, was not coincidental. The director of the Beyond Operation, Maxine Danger, does this on purpose. She wants the Spider-Man to learn a lesson. Ben Reilly, the second Spider-Man, suddenly feels like he's losing all of his memories, like data vanishing, and does something incredibly unexpected. As you can probably guess, he opens Door Z as a revolt against Maxine, who is responsible for the loss of his memories. A little more about Ben: he is a clone of Peter Parker who goes ahead and becomes Scarlet Spider-Man. At first, Peter, Colleen, and Misty wonder what may be on the other side as no one comes out, and then, like a predator, a giant dinosaur-like creature comes out. His eyes are shiny, a glow like no other, and he fights with his sharp claws and sneaky tail. What is worse, his limbs are regenerative, making it difficult for the trio to contain Creature Z. In the meantime, they check out the room in the laboratory to discover an unconscious Morbius. Morbius, as we know, was a human who experimented with a vampire bat to cure his lifelong blood disease, but ended up turning himself into a vampire. In this laboratory, he was captured and experimented on to make another one of those beyond creature, and this resulted in the birth of Creature Z. Creature Z is the product of Morbius and a lizard. We'll get into his superpowers in just a bit, but he is one of the most undefeatable creatures. Guess that left our trio with a lot less help. They awakened Morbius from his deep sleep. Turns out he was against Beyond Operations all this while, and joins the trio happily to beat his son, Creature Z. Meanwhile, Creature Z has made it outside the facility. This is when Morbius attacks him and lets him drink his blood on purpose, as Morbius has vampire blood, which will at first stop the regenerative powers of Creature Z. Excessive blood of Morbius leads to the instant death of Creature Z. I'll walk out from there, and Morbius says, "I do not know where I shall go, but I pray I never meet either of you." All in all, it's just another day in the Marvel Universe. Powers and abilities of Creature Z. Within the confines of this laboratory, a creature emerged, a being forged from the potent bloodlines of Morbius and the Lizard. This incredible creation known as Creature Z bore a legacy that defied the norms of existence, wielding powers and abilities that transcended the boundaries of science. As the chamber doors slid open, revealing Creature Z bathed in an eerie, luminescent glow, the onlookers couldn't help but be captivated by the sheer presence of this hybrid entity. A creature of sleek, ebony scales, he stood as the living testament to the convergence of vampiric lineage and reptilian might, a fusion that painted a mesmerizing picture of power and resilience. The first facet of Creature Z's extraordinary abilities lay in his unparalleled agility. With the lithe grace of a nocturnal hunter, he moved through the shadows with a fluidity that defied the chaotic nature of his dual heritage. The vampire instincts inherited from Morbius manifested in his movements, allowing him to scale walls effortlessly and navigate terrains with a supernatural finesse. Whether stalking his prey or evading pursuers, Creature Z was a spectral force, always eluding capture with an otherworldly grace. Yet his agility was merely the tip of the proverbial iceberg. The vampiric attributes bestowed upon Creature Z by Morbius included the ability to drain the life force of his victims. His fangs, gleaming ominously in the dim light, were a conduit for his unholy communion. By piercing the flesh of his prey, Creature Z could siphon off their vitality, rejuvenating his own essence in the process. This unholy exchange granted him a regenerative prowess that bordered on the miraculous, rendering him impervious to the wounds that would cripple mere mortals. Beyond the vampiric inclinations, Creature Z bore the physical might and durability of the lizard. His muscular frame, encased in the shimmering ebony scales, was a testament to the raw power derived from this reptilian lineage. In the face of adversity, Creature Z stood unyielding, his hybrid physiology enabling him to withstand tremendous punishment. The melding of Morbius's cursed bloodline with the primal resilience of the lizard birthed a creature capable of confronting adversaries head-on, a juggernaut on the battlefield. A distinctive feature of Creature Z lay in his hypnotic gaze, a trait inherited from Morbius. His eyes, a mesmerizing shade of crimson, held an otherworldly allure that transcended the mundane. This hypnotic ability, coupled with his agility and predatory instincts, made Creature Z a masterful manipulator on the battlefield. His gaze ensnared the willpower of those unfortunate enough to meet it, luring foes into traps with an almost preternatural cunning. The convergence of Morbius and the lizard's bloodlines in Creature Z posed profound questions about the ethical boundaries of scientific experimentation. As he ventured beyond the confines of the Operation Center, the world became his hunting ground. The powers and abilities of Creature Z, a living testament to the forbidden alchemy that birthed him, stood as a cautionary tale in the annals of experimentation gone awry. Creature Z, with his vampiric allure and reptilian might, was a harbinger of moral ambiguity, a living paradox that questioned the very fabric of creation. His existence forced observers to confront the consequences of tampering with the fundamental forces that govern life. The forbidden fusion of Morbius and the lizard's bloodlines, once confined to the shadows of the Beyond Operation Center, now roamed freely, an embodiment of the unforeseen consequences that lurk within the murky realms of scientific curiosity. As Creature Z's presence reverberated through the world, his actions elicited a spectrum of reactions for those who encountered him. Some saw him as a monstrous abomination, a living testament to the dangers of unchecked experimentation. Others, however, viewed him with a mixture of awe and fear, recognizing in his existence the potential for unlocking new frontiers of understanding in the realms of biology and genetics. The powers vested in Creature Z raised philosophical questions about the nature of identity and the ethical responsibilities of those who wield the power of creation. Was he an individual with agency or a mere puppet of the forces that birthed him? As he moved through the world, leaving an indelible mark on the fabric of reality, Creature Z became a symbol of the precarious balance between scientific innovation and the potential for unintended consequences. Marvelous verdict. The lore of Creature Z spread like wildfire, becoming a whispered legend in the shadowy corners of the scientific community and the supernatural underworld. Some sought to capture and study him, believing that unraveling the mysteries of this hybrid nature could unlock new frontiers in genetic manipulation. Others, however, regarded him as a threat to be eradicated, fearing the implications of a being with a power to transcend the limitations of mortal existence. As Creature Z navigated this tumultuous landscape, his journey became a narrative of self-discovery. The echoes of Morbius and the lizard within him manifested not only in his physical abilities but also in the internal struggle for dominance. The vampiric thirst for life clashed with the primal instincts of the reptilian lineage, creating a dichotomy that defined his very essence. The powers and abilities of Creature Z were a living testament to the forbidden alchemy that birthed him, eliciting both fascination and dread. As he moved through the world, his presence became a catalyst for change, a force to challenge the status quo and force humanity to confront the ethical implications of its pursuit of knowledge. The tale of Creature Z, born in the clandestine corridors of the Beyond Operation Center, unfolded as a cautionary narrative, a warning against the hubris of tampering with the fundamental forces that govern life. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.